Good morning. Let's hear today's Bible story. God pleased David, who loves God. So God made him to be a great king, and his sons became the next king after him. And God also promised that God will build a temple through his son. And as God promised, David's son Solomon became the king after the David. Before he died, David called his son Solomon and gave his last command. Solomon, love your God with all your heart and obey and follow everything that God says to you. If you do this, God will make you a great king, and your sons will be the king after you. As David said, Solomon follows God and he became also good king. One day, Solomon came Gibeon, a city in Israel, to worship God. And there he worshipped God with all his heart in a big joy. That night God came to in his dream and said, Solomon, what do you want me to give? Whatever you ask, I will give you. If you are Solomon, what did you ask? First, Solomon gave thanks to God who protect him and keep him, and says like this: God, you allow me to be a king and rule his people, your people. But I am like a little child. I do not have a wisdom. I ask that you give me wisdom so that I can rule your people in the right way. God was so pleased with Solomon's word. This is because Solomon did not ask wealth or honor for his own need, but he asked wisdom for others and for God. So God answered, I will give you what you ask. Your wisdom will be greater than anyone. I also give you what you did not ask for. You will have the riches and honors too. With the wisdom from God, Solomon became a good king and ruled his people in right way before God. Here's the example. One day, two women came before the King Solomon. They fought against each other for a baby. Both of them claims that she is the real mother of the baby. So Solomon commanded to divide the baby into two and give one side to one woman and the other side to the other woman. One woman answered, Oh no, rather give the baby to her. Do not kill the baby. But the other woman answered, Okay, please divide him into two exactly. Solomon now became to know who is the real mother. Solomon judged that the first woman who thought about the life of the baby first is the real mother. And people who heard about this story were amazed with Solomon's wisdom, and they also become to know how God is great, who gave that kinds of wisdom to Solomon. So when we ask for God and for others, God will give that to you, and God will be glorified through that. So let us ask with our prayer to God for others and for God. Amen. See you next Sunday.